Hello and welcome to Late Night Creatures, the only live show on the internet where we draw creatures and that's it. I forgot, this was my warm-up drawing. I forgot to delete it. Hi, I'm Peter DeToro. This is Late Night Creatures. It's the show where we draw creatures. That's the whole show. And because everything seems to be much better from all the technical issues we have last week, as great YouTube man Philip DeFranco says, let's just jump right into it. All right, so when it comes to Late Night Creatures, you gotta start with some bold moves. So I'm just gonna draw a big shape. That's butt-esque, but we're gonna keep it for now. And let's see where it takes us. Okay. So I think we're gonna be drawing a beefy guy right now. I think that's for sure. After that hand was drawn, I've solidified the beefy guy seems to be the thesis of this creature. So let's run with that. I don't do many big. I don't do many big. I tend to stick to like smaller, more shriveled things. So this will be a nice change of pace. You know, like this is. You know, that's more the norm. But let's do the opposite of that. Have a good time with a big boy or girl, you know? I never decide anything until I draw certain things. I never make any decisions about character till the drawing's finished. But, you know, here it is. So now let's leave the lower body for a bit, because I'm not entirely certain where, hey, Seb the Leb in the chat. So, we'll leave the lower body for now. And let's move on to the upper body. Or the head, more specifically. Let's move on to the head. Wow. So yeah, everything's sort of supersized with this one so far. He's very floaty. I didn't draw him grounded in any sense of the word. Also, this is wrong. So let's fix that. This needs to be more round. That's a lot better. So yeah, the first episode back was kind of marred with some technical issues, and I'm trying to move past it, but it's been bothering me. But this episode, at least from everything I can see on my end, is chugging along great. It looks like a spider butt. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do something with that. We'll save it. We'll save it for later. That'll be our little secret. So you gotta move on to mouth. It's mouth time. I feel like I said it's mouth time in the last stream too, which shouldn't become a catchphrase. It shouldn't become anything. It should not be something that I say. But, you know, it is mouth time. So you can see my dilemma. So I don't know what to do for teeth. We'll leave the teeth. Gotta move on to the nose. Gotta make everything supersized. Give him a big old schnoz. So, nope. That was close to what I wanted. A big old schnoz. There it is. Now, schnoz means nose. I'm sure most of you knew that, but pancake eyes are the best eyes. I agree. Okay. So nose here. This is nose. Sort of try and supersize. I'm drawing at an angle that is not typical either. I don't think this is... I don't do a lot of Late Night Creatures hanging, period. But I also don't do a lot where their head is facing sideways. This is a lot of... This is the episode I wanted to come back from art school doing new things, more interesting things. See, this is what I wanted. But, no, don't quote It's Mouth Time. Listen, it's funny. I agree. And the worst part of it is I'm not saying it as a joke. I'm saying it because it is my genuine, gut, this is what I should say in this moment reaction whenever I start drawing a mouth. And I don't know when it developed, but it did. And so that's the life that I'm living now. I'm living that mouth time lifestyle, and I hate it. I decided to do more normal teeth. Normal is a strong word for this show in general, but more standard, flat bottom, nothing too crazy. Some nice gummage there. In fact, hold on. Give me a sec. I got to finish the teeth before I move on, or else I'll forget about the teeth maybe, and I don't want to do that. Because teeth deserve all the care in the world. Honestly. That's my honest opinion. Yeah, these are some good. He's gritting his teeth hard. He's got a nice, oh no. This is a guy. So there's him. I want to cleft this lip. So I'm going to do that. Because it just seems right. The nose is taking up, it's overlapping the mouth in a way where it just seems right to cleft the lip. Schnoz is a technical term. I learned schnoz in my drawing class. That's not true. Actually, I'm pretty sure I used the term schnoz to my drawing teacher. My drawing professor. Sorry, not teacher. That's for high school. But to my professor. And yeah, that's nice. And he was confused. He was confused by it. I had to explain to him what I meant by schnoz, which was pretty funny, actually. When are you gonna be on Late Night Creatures? You know what? You guys, I'd love to have some of my roommates from SCAD. If you haven't watched I Tell My Roommates Scary Things, some of those people, I'd love to have them on Late Night Creatures. The issue is I'm not entirely certain how to, get Skype on through OBS and how to let them draw. So I'd have to do some technical research to figure out how to do that, but I probably will at some point. So you can look forward to that. Once the quarantine's over as well, I do want to try and have guests come back on, because the guest episodes are really fun when we get to do them. But we cannot do them right now because, the world's kind of on fire. So, not the best time. Okay. Now, Gabriel is in the chat spamming 420, which isn't ideal. Or 423. Sorry. No, I loved my professor. He was my drawing professor. He was a great dude. The work was very difficult. Drawing is a difficult class. Because drawing is difficult. It's a very technical skill that you have to learn. And I'm still not super great at it. But no, he was great. He just did not know what schnoz meant. It's bizarre. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you can. Jay, a friend of the channel, a lot of friends of the channel in the chat tonight. Yeah, you can help me out with the tech stuff. If you know how to do it, let me know, because that could be fun. Because then I could have guests regardless of the quarantine, and that would be nice. I feel like we need. The guest episodes would be great to do them right now, which I'd love to look into how to do it, because it'll make this whole quarantine maybe a little easier to deal with for me personally, and that would be nice. Okay, so we've been talking about a lot of stuff aside from him, and look at him. He's coming into his own, he's become a good man. Look at him go. We still don't know what to do. I'm still not sure what to do with this area, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to save it. I'm going to savor it. Still our little secret. So, nice to meet you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. So the next thing to do is figure out what to do with this body. And I have an idea, which if you're, Which if you're... Sorry about knocking the mic. I got excited. Because if you have watched the show before, you know when I have an idea, it usually leads to bad things. It usually leads to the monster taking on a much more grotesque state of being than it otherwise was in. And I feel like that is going to be the case here too. Because you know what it's time to do? It's time to melt our boy. It's time to melt the boy. Yeah. So let's melt the boy a bit. He's very good. Very melty. And it's time to melt the boy. I'm repeating myself. And the reason for that is because just look. There's not much else to say other than, hey, here's what I'm doing right now. I like to try and mentally prepare you, the viewer, for what I'm concocting. Most of the time. Sometimes I lie and trick you into thinking it's going to be something very innocuous but that's only when it's like super bad. And this isn't super bad. He's just melty. So we have the melts here. He's getting filed. Oh gosh. Look at him go. There he is. Now this is what I call pretty epic, personally. Wow, look at him go. Down he goes. Oof. You know I love me a melty guy. No, I mean the strategy, a good strategy if you're multitasking is to not look at the stream for a while and then peek back and because of how fast paced this show is. Usually when you look back there's something pretty stinking new that you can view. Usually it's not the best thing in the world. Okay. So we got our Meltyson. You know what? Let's full out make this a silly putty man is my suggestion. So let's take this and make it look like he's been pressed onto the top of the canvas here. So I think that is going to make him a lot more funny. Because this show is all about comedy, for the most part. It's comedy or horror. It sort of goes either way. This is kind of a middle ground. I should make these bigger, because this isn't clear enough. Clarity is important, even when you're doing this. It's called artistic integrity, and I have some of it. In all seriousness, it's good to be back. It's good to be back and to be normal. So the reason that the stuff was happening last week is I had been gone, and so OBS had 5 updates, and I didn't read through all of the patch notes, but in one of the bug fixes section of the patch notes, it was this big. And so I was thinking, maybe that's what the issue is that. And so that has fixed it, it would seem, which is pretty cool. Moving on. So we got our sticky guy. I want to bring this up here more so we can do that. Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, this is not, I didn't picture this. This is a large guy. It's been a while since we've drawn a creature this massive. Not proportions so much, just overall how much he's taking up of the page. This is pretty significant. What else can I add? I could add, there's a lot to, not much to say, but this isn't in the right spot. There's not much to say about these, but there they are. Don't worry, YouTube. This. I wanted to change this one. I gotta make him melty. So I gotta make him melty everywhere. Is sort of what I've realized, and so I gotta do this. Yeah, that's it. I gotta figure out the head still. I haven't done it. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna take this a little further, which is usually not great, but let's do it anywho. And there it is. So let's make this a more significant opening. Perhaps a hat. Okay, now listen. Hats are cool, but no. I have a better idea is the reason I'm saying no to a hat. And if I hadn't had this idea, I might slap a hat on there, but I do have an idea. Because we never just draw one creature on Late Night Creatures, so we got to give our guy a friend. A nice friend that comes out of his head. As you do. No judgment here. Just give him the little... Oop, that's too small. I've started to care a lot more about making stuff at least look slightly proportioned. In these, oh my gosh. Yeah, the scope, the full picture is not the best. I mean, it's great. I love him, but geez. See this thing running at you on the street, and I want to give this guy a different shaped head. Let's not do that. I want to give him a... I'm going to give him just like a... Oh, I got it. I want to give him a big old... Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. That was the wrong way to do that. There it is. All right. So... Bam. So we have a little friend. A little... bird-esque friend. I'm gonna give him just the worst. We'll save it. I'm gonna give him just the worst eyes. I have an idea of what I want them to look like. We got to get there first. I need to thin that out because I want this to be like super twisted around. So I got to get that look right. There it is. All right. Very cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, that one was too far. That one was too far. I'll admit it. All right, now let's move on to these eyes. Let's give them just these nice little voids. And then I got to go in. I got to be very nice and delicate with this one so that, you know, I'm trying to make this look as sunken and awful as possible. And the trick to that, from which I've learned through experimentation and having fun, is as much wrinkles until it starts looking bad. And there he is. See, it's our little friend. He's the little buddy. That might be his name, and if I remember. But we write the names at the end. Okay, so now we got to do... And just gonna put just a little, yeah, there it is. Now that's a friend. That's someone you can call to meet your family. But they are a package deal because he does not get. Oh, I didn't finish. Guys, I forgot. If you're coming out of someone's head, you're gonna be all gross. I missed it. It's on me. I did forget. There he is. All right. So we got that should be tighter. There we go. So we got some gross slimies, you know, just dripping off of there. Very gross, very, very sublime and kind, but also despicable and awful. I gotta lighten those up. Hold on. I gotta do some actual work to make these a little more readable. Because they're all right. They're all right now. But I just want to jump that down a bit. There we go. Oop, only one. See, by lightening the darker areas, it makes it look like you're seeing them through a fluid more. It's not perfect. There's better ways to go about it. But this is how I'm going to do it for this, because this is quicker than those other ways of doing it. Not by much, but by a little bit. And we'll take that. There he is, all covered in grossness. Give him some more bird-like qualities. There's his nostril. Wham bam. Okay. I want to add some spittle. Fly out of here. Spittly mouth. For a spittly little guy. Oh, look at him. Okay. Oh, wow. What do I use to draw with? I have a Wacom Paper Pro tablet, and I use Clip Studio Paint. The full paid version of Clip Studio Paint is the program that I use. And I'm using the G Pen tool, size 30, and a size 30 eraser. Yeah. Birds do have nostrils. You forget a lot but yeah, I always love I'm sure you've all seen it, but that whole thing that duckbills. Let me try and draw a duckbill from memory. That's fine. The duckbills, they have the nostrils, and then they have that little thing. And so people say that all ducks, because it looks like this, and then you have the bottom of the beak. People say because it looks like this, all ducks are wearing like dog masks. I just think that's funny and dark. Because if they're wearing dog masks, it's for one of two reasons. Either one, they're not happy being ducks and they want to be dogs, which is sad. Or two, it's a weird cult. And I don't want to get into the implications of duck cult. It's not really my area of expertise. I mean, it could be. I could put in the work, but I don't really want to. So, that's the way of the cookie. Well, don't have any of that. It's okay. Look, here's the thing: is you can do art with anything, especially now with the quarantine. Like, getting art supplies is difficult. You can do art with whatever you want. For a really long time, before I started getting into digital art, I would draw on lined paper all the time, and a lot of doodling's great. Everything's great. Art is art. It doesn't matter. The materials that I use because I've just, since this is going to be my career, I've invested a lot into it. But you can make art with anything and everything. I mean, I'll still draw on just normal printer paper with a mechanical pencil a lot, because sometimes you're just more comfortable there. So no worries about what you have and what you don't have. With school, it's a little more strict on supplies, but that's neither here nor there. If you want to make art, you make art. Paper's not too expensive, and pencils aren't too expensive, and that's all you really need. Get a pen if you want to be a little less or a little more spontaneous, because if you can't erase, you make more bold and more decisive choices because you know that you can't erase. And then if you can't erase, you learn better problem solving skills. And so yeah, you make art with whatever. There's nothing, you can do it with anything. But that is what I use. if you're curious. All right. I want to make these more like actual fingers. I thought I liked that. That's more like flat. Actually, no, I don't. I do want to make them webbed, though. So that's what I'm going to do instead. See? There it is. That's what we're looking for in our life. This one, too. Webbed fingers are not the best. They're scary. I don't like webbed fingers. If I'm being honest, I don't like it. And we kind of have them because of evolutionary reasons. But I think they're weird. And I think frogs should all get them removed. Not by force, but by choice. Frogs should have choice over their webbed fingers, but I think they should make the choice not to have them. Because they're weird. And look, okay, I get it makes you better at swimming or whatever, but get a boat, you know? Okay, so we're down to 5 minutes, which means let's name these guys. So I have a topical name. I'll run a couple names by you. So my first name is naming the big guy here. This is very topical, but naming the big guy here Corono. Naming him Corono, and then because look at him, naming this guy Virus. And so that's my current idea. But I also like Skelby. I like Skelby, and I like Eberg. So we can decide between those whilst I shade. And I'm going to pick just the worst color to shade because I want to color in that slime, and so I want to pick a bad color. And so that's what I'm going to do because I am a free American adult, and I can do that if I want to. All right. But it's great to be back, you know? I mean, doing social distancing, quarantine, it's rough for everyone, but this is a very fun time I like to have, and having it back, is probably one of the best parts about being back here and being in quarantine is that I can do this, It's not like I'm going to make plans or have anything else to do, so I can just have fun and draw my silly monsters, which is great, and I love it. But, we'll power through. It's important to power through. And we'll get there. But for now, there's funny monsters. There's funny monsters. I don't want to plug myself. I don't. But if you're bored during quarantine, there's 50 plus episodes of this show. And if you like funny monsters to raise your spirits, there's 50 extra episodes. I mean, if you don't want to watch them, it's chill. It doesn't really matter to me. But I'm just saying, they are there, is what I'm saying. Look at him. He's a fun guy. Not like the mushroom, but like the nouns and like the noun and adjective. God, fun is not a noun. Actually, well, it can be, but it wasn't in that instance. This show's not about grammar. Okay. I lost the canvas. That's all right, though, because that happens. It's A-okay. It's all right. Yeah. Here's some recommendations. I have some quarantine binge recommendations. Shows, animated shows that I really like, think are super binge worthy. Invader Zim is on Hulu in full. Super great show. Fully recommend. Key and Peele is a really good one to watch. I'm watching through The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack right now, and I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Let's see. What else? If you can find all the episodes to it, I forgot what show I was thinking of, but it was one that you would have some trouble getting all the episodes for. I don't know what all I'm going to watch, Parasite just got on Hulu. If you haven't seen Parasite, geez, watch it. That film is incredible. It winning Best Picture was wholly deserved. It really was. I have 1 minute on this show. This is a 30-minute show if you're new, and I try and keep to that. Wait, what did people say? Oh, you want to be an animator. You do want to learn on a computer about college. Oh, no problem for the long message, dude. Go for it, man. But yeah, again, you can make art with anything. Like, get a packet of, and maybe you've done this, but get a packet of friggin' sticky notes, and you can animate on those, because that's like a flip book, built-in flip book for free. Not for free, but for cheap, So, that's a good place to start. But yeah, no, that's really cool. Check out SCAD. That's where I go to college, and they have a super good animation program, and then their Atlanta campus is super nearby, like Adult Swim and Cartoon Network, all of Turner Studios. So that's pretty nice. I'm plugging my school. because it's a good school. And that's probably what I'm going to end the episode on. I've decided. These guys are named Corona and Virus. I made the decision. But yeah, no, I mean, super go for it. If that's what you want to do, then go for it. Like, legitimately, go for it. Look into schools. There's a lot of really good schools for animation. I'm biased, but look into schools and full out go for it because you should. I mean, there's not really anything profound I can say, but you should go for it if that's your passion. In whatever you do, no matter what it is, you should always pursue it because that's what's going to make you happiest. And with that, very positive, future gazing take, I will bid you adieu. I hope you all have a great night, and thank you for joining me on Late Night Creatures. I hope you have fun. I know I sure did. And with that, thank you. And with that, I will bid you good night. Goodbye.